Hello, friends and enemies. It's me, V. I've PCOS. That's why I have a beard. I decided to talk today about one thing that I'm noticing happening a lot, and that is capitalism. Yay, capitalism. We already knew. We've already known about capitalism, but with several things that have happened, I'm realizing as the niches that I like are starting to get smaller and smaller, people that liked it and are now being pushed out. But let me Quentin Tarantino things first. Okay, now I've been on YouTube since 2006. I joined in 2006. I had my first video in 2008, which was essentially talking about how I didn't have money for pads because I didn't bring money, so I had to use paper towels for my blood. And I was trying to laugh it off because I needed to do a student project. My senior project had to be done, and we're filming and all this stuff. And I say that because I think of people when they first started YouTube. The people that I looked at, the community channel, the Wine Cone, Brookers, they all started out with doing these videos, and they just did it to do it. They didn't do it to make money. And the shitty thing is, as soon as people started to make money, I started seeing the ones that liked doing it leaving and being replaced by people that are just doing things just to do it to make money. What do I mean? Let's see. The beauty thing. When starting out, they had tutorials, and tutorials meant you had an actual subject in front of the camera as you put makeup on, and you were able to do makeup on other people. And then I watched as more and more beauty gurus went in here saying, I'm a stylist, I'm a makeup artist, but they could only do themselves, or they could only do one certain group of people. They could not do people of color for makeup. They couldn't do cis men for makeup. They couldn't do trans people with makeup. They couldn't do it. They didn't know how to do it. And I was just like, you call yourself a makeup artist, but you don't have the tools to do makeup for an indigenous woman, a black woman, and an Asian woman. Interesting. Just interesting. I then I've always been a part of the tarot community with pick a cards. I thought they were fun. I was like, oh, cool. Astrology, huge fan of that. And then I slowly watched as all the people that I liked have fucked off into the wilderness and been replaced by people who were like, this is going to happen to one of you or maybe all of you, blah, blah, blah. I think about OnlyFans. I think about Pornhub. Fuck it. I think about Pornhub and how when people did modeling and everything and these amateur videos and selling underwear, there are a bunch of different sites where you can sell your underwear. And back in the day, I had the sites and I was gonna do it, but I was like, oh, I can't make money with it because I have to do this and blah, blah, blah. And once the pandemic happened, so many people have signed up and they've done OnlyFans and they've done Pornhub models. They have infiltrated the tarot card, pick a card readings. They have infiltrated astrology. They have even infiltrated things that I liked. Like I like reactions where people are watching movies and they're reacting to it. I don't know why, but I like it greatly. And since the pandemic, I've really gotten into that. I've also really gotten back in kind of, but not as much, back into watching gamers. And what I'm seeing and what I'm watching are a bunch of people jumping into gaming or jumping into reaction channels, and they don't have any fucking personality. They have nothing to add. They'll just look at the video and go, yeah, that's interesting. You just watched a man's head go in a movie. And your reaction to the menu was, oh, that's interesting. Or they pretend that they're watching movies, and I'm just, it irritates me. And then with the writer's strike, and seeing how writers are saying, we want to have money to survive, because at the very beginning in Hollywood, when I was looking at maybe moving to LA and I was looking at acting and writing, one of the main thing I saw was you have to get in the writer's room. There'll be 7 or 8, maybe 10 of you, and you're working on stuff. And then there's the showrunner. And the showrunner is the head person, but you're working with everybody else and you're making your way and you're doing stuff and you're getting it done. And that's how people remember who you are, and you continue on until a couple years, not a couple, but 10 plus years down the road, you become a showrunner of your own thing. Since streaming, that has not happened. What has happened now is there's one showrunner, and you have maybe 3 writers that are given plot lines, and then they leave, and then the showrunner has to do everything. And let me tell you, as someone who went to school for film and TV, yes, I went to school twice, once for my bachelor's of fine arts and film, and then I realized I'm not making anything. I'm still at Target. So then I went back to school, and now I'm a master control operator. And looking at that and everything, I'm like, oh, the thing that we were taught is when you are at a studio, there should be a director, there should be a stage manager, there should be camera operators that are handling the cameras. You need a switcher that will switch between the camera operators. You need an audio person. You need teleprompter person, someone to time the director so that way the director stays on time. And what ended up happening is they got rid of those people. Now it's a director that is doing the work of 7 people. The director is managing the cameras, because now the cameras are remote. They are also doing teleprompting audio. They're also doing a bunch of other things I mentioned. And the thing is, the quality goes down. I'm not going to say which channel in my city currently has like just one or 2 directors that does the work of a lot of people, but it's very noticeable. And the thing that gets me is the greed of the studio execs and the big honchos, the ones that are like, we need to make money. Because when you look at them and you listen to them, you realize they have no fucking interest in entertainment. The whole reason that they're in entertainment is just to make fucking money. And that's what pisses me the fuck off, because if you are in it just to be in it, you're going to look at Chat GPT and be like, oh, Chat GPT is great because you can put in someone else's work and it'll finish it for you. Or we want to make scripts that are made from AI. The AI will find other people's scripts, take parts of it, and maybe make something that is shit. You can tell with Chat AI, and I've tried it, I can tell when someone has written something because there's humor in it. There's emotion. It is fucking like, it's like, oh my gosh, you feel something. When an AI writes something, it sounds and it looks like shit. And it's annoying. It fucking sucks that they want AI to be in charge of creativity. I think of the guy where he was like, you know what? Yes, there was an actual guy who made this story, children's story, and it was made with Chat GPT. The artificial intelligence, made the drawings, made the story, and then he sold it on Amazon because he was like, I want to show people that they can make this too. And I'm like, the story wasn't that good. And the thing to me was, from what I saw, someone reading it, and they had the video and they were showing the, the little pictures so I could read along. Looking at it, I was like, this sounds devoid of any creativity. There's no passion. I can tell whoever made this did it for money. They didn't do it to, inspire kids or do anything. They just did it for money. And that's the most depressing thing, is loving, acting, and writing, and being a part of TV and realizing that fuckers are moving in, and they're just moving in to move in. They have no passion whatsoever when it comes to this stuff. So now you have to deal with these people that don't care about the stuff, and they're telling you what to do and what to make. And you can tell that they're not interested in it. They're only interested in it for the money. So everything suffers. There's no creativity. Everything is dead. And that's what capitalism has done to us. Capitalism has taken the fun out of things. It has sucked the fucking joy out of creativity, because when I create, I'm like, this is it. This is what I like. And at the back of my mind, I'm thinking, is it enough? Because even though I work my ass off and I send it out to different places, someone could, easily take my work off of line because they told me to do it through this website or whatever for this fun thing, but they're actually going to use it later on, which was in the actual instructions of this contract that they had me sign when I signed up for this fun contest that I thought would be great, but I haven't heard anything back. And they didn't actually use it, but now they have my idea. They have my idea that they can use at any point. It's no longer mine, and it's so depressing. It's depressing when people flood a market trying to make money. And sometimes they're doing it just out of greed, but other times I realize as I'm saying this to you, they're doing it because they need money. And I think it fucking sucks. Because you can tell who's doing it for money, and you can tell who does it because they actually are having fun. And the depressing thing is the people that are doing it for fun are leaving. And the ones that are doing it for just money, you're like, get off the fucking, just stop. So yeah, that's my thoughts and opinions. They are not the thoughts and opinions of my past jobs, which include Target, Bath and Body Works, educational communication boards, and PBS Wisconsin. That's not their opinion. That's all mine. It's just, I hate where I'm seeing things are going, because that means there's going to be less fun. It's going to mean everything is just based on, let's just do this thing and have it be shocking, have it be whatever, but we don't really have a reason for it. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to change. I don't see it changing. Something would have to happen in order for this stuff to stop, but I don't see it stopping. I just see it getting more and more depressing. Because not everyone has talent. Not everyone has a personality and charisma. And I understand that. But Jesus fucking Christ, if you're going to be a host or be someone that's in front of the camera, have something to make people interested and invested in watching you. Not a bunch of dead bots that you bought, and now you're considered one of the top 10 people, but everybody knows that you bought bots and whatever else. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go, and as always, fuck Tom Brady.